about martyrdom and about all the things that the system does to you, they do them to wear you down. As I said a few weeks ago, they're not wearing me down, they're wearing me up. You can see it, it ain't working. Buddy. Wearing you up means that they winding you up. It is whatever it's supposed to do, it ain't happening. Technically, it ain't nothing they can do about it, even though they may think every so often, we'll do this, and we'll do that, and that will, it ain't working. It's not working here. It's evident it ain't working. It ain't nobody gonna get wore down, because if you got 40 or 50 years in, after 35 or 40 years of the same repetitive stuff, if you ain't got wore down by then, and you ain't no signs of it, right, then it don't look like that's working. But the dumb policies, dumb boss man, they keep doing the same thing over and over again. He's a dummy. And all the people with him are dummies. They're like they got dropped on their head, I don't know what happened, but it didn't work. Because, like right now, there's not enough people coming around to the reality. That means that they're not picking up on it. Now, some people are doing this stuff on the side, and they don't let nobody know, or they don't say, yeah, well, I'm down with this, I'm down, they don't. That's not necessary. But I'm saying the general public, I'm saying, for instance, the Muslims, if the Muslims have not seen what's going on in the world, and they don't realize that tazkiyah of nafs, tazkiyah of behavior, tazkiyah of ideology and action, tazkiyah of amal, if all of those are not fitting together to produce something, that means they're missing a strong boat. And I'm saying that directly for the Muslims in North America, that they're missing the boat. And on the day of judgment, it's going to be a sad day, because you won't be able to blame it on Islam or them. Because you have a Quran too, and the Quran says the same thing to all of them. Jihad, fi sabilillah, oh, you believe, what does it matter with you when you're asked to go forth in the cause of Allah? You cling heavily to the earth. Well, I'm saying in English, but that's what it means. In Arabic, what's wrong with y'all? You clinging heavily to the earth? You see? So, but it's not our job to judge them, people. I do believe that there could be some danger in this cycle. What's danger in this cycle? That if the Muslims and the other good people of the world don't fix the world voluntarily, the world won't fix everybody else. I'm almost certain of that. I mean, there's too many people running around, there's too much carpet, and so if they run all the people off, they won't know where they're going to go, but they won't be around, and they'll go in the ground as fertilizer, and the oceans will purify itself. The rain will go up in the mountains and do all this stuff, and send down all this stuff, and the earth will repurify itself. It'll cleanse itself. This has been through ice ages, and we call this the nigger ages, right? The nigger age, the human being nigger age, Sometimes you refer to dumb people as niggers. That's a nigger, whether they are white nigger, the nigger age. This is the nigger age. You know what I mean? That nothing makes sense in the nigger age. People don't do stuff that makes sense, right? So if you had an age that you wanted to call, you can't call it the ice age or the heat age, although you put it. This is the nigga age. The people got all the information right there in front of them. This is the latest study on rainfall. This is a study of absorption. This is a study of underwater, how much is left under the ground. This is a study, the absorption rate. They can study all that now. If this much water hits here, you get some water, they all got all that. And he did nothing. And then we let them do it. We let the dummies. So if somebody catch you up in the air fixing to throw you off the Golden Gate Bridge and you let them throw you off, well, they're going to throw you off. That's the way boss man is right now. Boss man don't have enough self-control to control himself. You see what I mean? We're allowing the dummy to do what he's doing. Okay. Martin of achievement. Okay. Imam Jamil Al-Amin project. Okay, just to say a little bit about that, we do want to get back on that because my belief is that everybody been involved and have not handled it. And I'm not going to say they were all government agents. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even think of saying that. Imam Musa say that all of the people on all those committees were government agents. I wouldn't say that. I never say that. But I would say that his son, which is probably the only serious one around, doesn't have the experience to deal with all of this stuff. Okay, so we want to get back. We have several goals. To get back in tune, to get Imam Jamil out of prison, and to clear the one runway. Okay, Imam Jamil Al-Amin project. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to talk about all the disabled cars and all that stuff. People want to disable them. Yeah. I think that, okay, optimism. Remember when I was over at the hospital and all I couldn't think of nothing else. I said optimism. I bet y'all look pitiful sitting down and all that stuff, you know. No, I could imagine how it looked. That it looked pitiful. It looked like it was sad. It wasn't sad at all.
It did look like that.
It looked sad. It looked sad. Like he had got all the stitches in his head. Okay, can't remember nothing and all that. But I remembered optimism. And now, where are all of those people? They go on down there and they're on the internet. There's people who beat certain people upside the head. What are they? Where are they? Right. And here we are doing good, not mad about nobody, not even mad at them. That's really make them lose. Because I mean, boss man lost on everything. He lost here, he done lost there, and he haven't produced any anger, because see, that's a big one for boss man. If we can't make him break the law, we just make him mad and evil. They make you mad and evil, we done got happier. No, because see, boss man is dumb. You can take my word for it or not. Boss man is a living, live dummy. And he's not the first one in the cycle. The people in the past that we read about in Quran and Hadith, they was dumb as these. And they had clarity. Okay, adjustment. Or we say the fix is in. The historical fix is in. Boss man ain't going nowhere. It don't, it doesn't make any difference. High quality life, yeah. They could just be jealous. See, because I know already I've had a better life than any of boss man adherents. Boss man ain't lived as good as I have. When I say good, I mean the quality of life, not although we had enough wealth, that wealth, they can't tempt us with wealth. Well, we'll get you a lot of money. Well, I already had plenty of money, and it ain't produced nothing. But when you give it away, you feel better than if you sit up there holding on to it. So that's a privilege to be able to have had enough money that you experience. It's part of a philosophy. East Oakland Enterprises, Black Economic Enterprise Zone, you know what I mean, that you produce enough to where you have a Black Economic Enterprise Zone. And a Black Economic Enterprise Zone means that you produce enough for all the people to get enough. As far as employment, they said in Oakland that we hired more people in the city. In the city, DC have all these employees, and it was actually true. Because they was counting, I wasn't paying no attention. They said, man, you got so many people working for you. But I had more, but they didn't know. And they all had salaries, they all supported families, this is a Black Economic Enterprise Zone. Who can do that in their early 20s? You know what I mean? And that's not bad. So they can't tell you what money's going to do for you. If you get a lot of money, you're going to be happy. Well, I'm already into that. And I know what that was. I'll give you an example. Out of all of 1970, because I remember I had 2 days that I would consider happy. Why do I remember? Because I remember 1970 and I remember the 2 days. And I have no idea about how many happy days it's been during this period. I mean, real, So anyway, let me try to wrap it up. Since the boss man is finished, we just talked about the big blessings of doing right, and tazkiyah, but that's the purification. Purification of self, or the purification of amal, purification of action. Okay. That'll definitely be it. This is a couple of things I will mention. Okay, for E, we got to get a lot of certain things like our plates, the ones that we got to get those. We have onions, potatoes to cut up. We got some eggs coming. If we don't, we'll so that means that we'll prepare. I might start doing French toast tonight. Yeah. Because we put it in the freezer, it'll be fine. In fact, that's when we get it. So I'll probably start French toast this evening. Because I got everything. The bread is down there. And all you need is cinnamon and the batter. So we'll do that. So I think we'll start French toast tonight, and the only things we'll have to buy is a few more pans. But technically, have to buy pans. You know why those metal pans we got?
Mm-hmm.
We can fill those up and use that and keep them warm. That might be in case we don't have enough. That's what we do. Shoot, we just fill them boys up and okay. Now, so plates, silverware, plasticware. We do need some of those tin covers. We need a few tablecloths too.
Okay.
We'll get tablecloths and burners, just to make sure, tablecloths and burners. So, what we could do is, like on Tuesday night is early enough. This is Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So remember, we're gonna do chicken strips, and we're gonna do a whole box of chicken. And I'm assuming it'll taste good. People will like that. Chicken strips and chicken chunks. It'll be however we pull it off the thing, right?
Right.
And I look forward to that. Chicken chunks and chicken strips. If it come out of strip, we hook it up, right? So, and I might look over there. It might be, we might have a few pounds. I know we have a few pounds of chicken patty stuff. We might do those. So all the meat this time would be chicken. So hardly nobody could refuse because I don't eat this other, but so chicken. Because some people don't consider chicken meat, right?
I didn't know that.
Over here, or poetry and
Poetry?
what they call poetry. Chicken is poetry.
I didn't know that. I mean, I know it's poultry,
Well, no,
but I know it's poultry, but I didn't know people didn't consider poultry meat. I didn't know that.
Well, that's just in the vegetarian world.
Okay.
Because no, some people say I eat vegetables and I eat chicken. So chicken has got a lot of protein and it tastes good, you know. I think they just do that to confuse the issue of being wanting to be a meat eater without eating meat. You know, people be telling so many lies to themselves that they, you know, don't know what. But anyway, so should we get started on all this stuff like, let's say, if Eid is next Sunday, probably, close to that, right? Then if we get started on Tuesday night, that means we could get ready to, most of the stuff, that means that we could prepare the rest of the stuff if we chop the onions and do the potatoes and cook up the bacon for the eggs. We could do that from Tuesday on.
Okay.
Inshallah. So we'll take the next couple of days. Are there any questions or comments that also give us time to get prepared? Are there any questions or comments about anything?
You had a lot of positive comments and salams. No real questions. Just some.
Okay,
You know,
no, alhamdulillah.
just
Okay.
some thumbs up.
Very good. Yes.
It doesn't pertain to anything that you just said.
Huh?
I said it doesn't pertain to anything you just said.
Yes, go ahead.
But can I ask you after he's finished recording?
I guess.
Sure, yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, you can turn it off and then, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Turn off. Okay, yes, what is the question?